Okay. I'm back after suffering that small indignity. Oh, how far away are we? I mean, like, it really fucking pissed me off. It really did. It's like, give me a fucking break. Oh, hang on. What purpose of the lamp in the body will move somewhere else? What proves that the lantern in the body will move from somewhere else? Oh, right, okay, with you.
Take that!
Fucking come on! Are you taking the piss? Oh, it's a fucking joke! Alright, it's not Larry's fucking photo. Oh! Oh, hang on a minute.
Take that!
Really? The one with the diagram of the fucking lanterns in it wasn't good enough? Oh, it hurts my brain. Oh, I don't know. Oh, what have I tried? I tried the Flying Chapel pamphlet. I believe I've tried the Broken Lantern. What if I could...
Take that!
Oh my fucking god! I'm going home. She's just as confused as I am. Do you see her? That's my fucking statement. The only thing that... Alright, yeah, you know what? Fine, you can have the flowers. But I would have thought a fucking diagram of where it was supposed to be would do fine. But obviously not. Yes. I like the court to focus on this thing right here. Let's try the flower petal. Go on then. Flower petals, Mr. Wright. Yeah, thank you. These petals from a kind of flower that's not present in the reception hall. This means that they must have gotten into the lantern when it was somewhere else. And just where do you propose this somewhere else to be, Mr. Wright? This evidence will tell us where the flower petals came from. Larry's photo! Come on, this is it. Yeah, it has to be. Do it.
Take that!
Thank you! Please take a look at the flowers in this picture of the whole. Notice how their petals are of the same shape as the petals in the crime scene photo? Yes, I see. They do look to be from the same kind of flower. That really all you've got? A flower is a flower is a flower. They're all the same. I would hardly call what you presented compelling evidence. I'm afraid I couldn't disagree with you more, Mr. Edgeworth. I gave a flower of this type to my lovely wife when we were young, so I can assure you that this is very meaningful and compelling evidence indeed. The soundness of my judgment in this matter is backed by nothing less than pure love. But Your Honor, let it go, Mr. Edgeworth. It's clear you don't know much about flowers. It's not like you have anyone you'd actually give any to after all. But maybe you should study up on them, just in case the opportunity presents itself. Ngo! This from the man who only knows the names of 3 types of flowers. That's hardly relevant to the case at hand. The defense asserts that it's hardly probable that the victim was killed in the hold. If the body was then placed in the lantern and moved to the reception hall for some reason, it would completely destroy the prosecution's case. No, it wouldn't, but, you know, when I fucking just say something to that effect, oh, I'm a tit. But when he says it, yeah, that's great. Then you mean the body was... Yes, the victim's body was... inside the lantern during the entire beautiful wedding reception, while the defendant and her betrothed were celebrating their love. What? Oh yeah, no, fuck off. I could have reached that in 1 clue, not 3, 4. I don't give a shit. I'm salty as fuck right now. Oh, he's doing his twat face. Your smooth talking might work on his honor, but it won't work on me. What are you talking about now? Take another look at all of the evidence and you'll soon see what I mean. I wish you would just tell me already. Detective Sky, I'm sure you've already figured out what I'm talking about, correct? Heh, of course, sir. Mr. Wright is the only one here who hasn't. Why don't you leave this to me, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, let's see what you can do. Detective Sky, please give your testimony to this court. Sorry, I'm a bit chesty today. The prosecution's butt. The victim could not have been killed before the reception. The autopsy report states that the estimated time of death was after the reception. And that estimated time of death is correct. There's no way it could be wrong. Oh, right, so that's coming into play now. Cool. It's clear Mr. Gloomsbury was killed after the reception, and that completely contradicts your claim. I guess so. Tell me you took at least a cursory glance at the autopsy report, Mr. Wright. It appears you've gone rusty since our last outing. Might I suggest you go back and brush up on the basics? Sure, though I must say, you're as cocky as ever, Mr. Edgeworth. I beg your pardon? Well, what are you trying to say, Mr. Wright? Look at how moist I am, Jesus. I'm just saying that I'll go back to basics if that's what you want, if that's what Mr. Edgeworth wants. I'll prove how badly he's underestimating me with a good old-fashioned cross-examination. Very well, let's see you put your money where your mouth is, Mr. Wright. Okay. The victim could not have been killed before the reception. The autopsy report states that the estimated time of death was after the reception. And the estimated time of death is correct. There's no way it could be wrong. Well, let's start fucking pressing the bitch. It's treating the estimated time of death as an absolute, but is it really? I take it you don't think it is, huh, Nick? In that case, we're gonna have to find a way to convince them otherwise. There's gotta be a way somehow.
Hold it!
You sound pretty certain. You must have some solid grounds for making that claim, right? Of course I do. You're gonna feel silly when I show you what they are. Ready? Feast your eyes on this. It's the autopsy report.
Hold it!
I've read the autopsy report too, you know. Then you don't need me to explain it to you, right? No, there's no way the victim... Oh, there's no way the victim could have been killed before the reception, I mean. Detective Sky, I think you've overlooked something big. I have? Why don't you take another look at the evidence? But I've already looked at all the evidence, and quite carefully too, I'll have you know. Detective Sky, do not be taken in by his verbal antics, he is simply bluffing as always. Right, sir. Fucking hell, man. Alright, so that's your clock and it's the murder weapon. You got Gloomsbury's note. Right, okay, brain, eyes, anything. Look for a fucking clock. Please, Jesus. I ain't seeing it. Now, my long shot of long shots is...
Objection!
Yeah! I did it! Ah! I can brain things. I admit that the estimated time of death does contradict my theory. Finally! And that means your theory that the victim was killed before the reception is still entirely plausible. Huh? What makes you think that? The killer could have falsified the time of death by using a certain item in the reception hall. Please take a look at this. And what is that contraption, Mr. Wright? It's a fog machine, Your Honor, used to create a special romantic atmosphere in the hall. And this machine could have been used to falsify the time of death? Yes, Your Honor, because this machine uses dry ice to perform its magic. Dry ice? Ah, yes, the super cold stuff commonly used to make theatrical fog, right? I see. So your claim is that this dry ice was used to keep the body cold? Oh! In that case, I guess the victim could have been killed before the reception. Order! Order in this court! Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this development? That the victim was killed in the hole before the wedding reception? The prosecution acknowledges the possibility of this claim. Now we're getting somewhere! The prosecution would also like to thank you, Mr. Wright. Huh? For what? I didn't know how a certain piece of evidence fit into this case, but now, thanks to you, I do. What piece of evidence? To get into the hold, one needs a keycard, like this one. And here we have a record of those who entered the hold with such keycards. The times aren't specified, but these are the last 3 entries on the day of the murder. Fucking twatty gloomy, piercy nipple face, and woman. As you can see, the last person to enter the hole that day was the defendant. What? So the one who moved the body out the hole must have been... That's right, it was none other than the defendant. Oh, well played, Edgy. Well played, boss son. Hey, Nick, take a look at this entry record. There are a couple of other names on here besides Ellen's. Hey, you're right! According to the entry record, Mr. Edgeworth, Pierce Nickety had also got into the hold. Isn't it possible that he could have been the culprit?
Objection!
Sorry, but Miss Nickety was escorting a few of the guests at the time. I'm sure they would be happy to testify to that fact if you'd like. Think me cocky or you'd like, Mr. Wright, but my confidence is rarely misplaced. Unger! Now then, it's probably safe to assume that after killing the victim in the hold, the defendant moved his body to the hall in order to dispose of it discreetly. What do you mean by discreetly? The defendant volunteered to take care of the reception's cleanup personally. That means she would have had the chance to dispose of anything in any way she wanted, including taking the lantern off the airship without raising any suspicion. Don't tell me you didn't know about Miss Wyatt volunteering for cleanup duty, Mr. Wright. Oh no, I'm not even dignifying this. Fuck off. Yes, well done. You're a very, diligent cook with your pussy. juices. Gah! Percy juice! Look at you, sweating buckets like a rookie even after all these years. Nevertheless. Thank you for proving that the only person who could have killed the victim in the hold is... Ellen Wyatt. Ah! Great job, Pheonix. Now we're back to square one. Heh, perhaps you should ask Miss Sykes for some help in reviewing Defense for Dummies. Way to go, sir! You've got Mr. Wright in a cold sweat. I wonder if maybe the promise of seeing that miserable look on his face is what brought me back to the court today. It certainly made all of my stress and woes as chief prosecutor just melt away. I guess he had a lot of stress built up. I'll give him something to stress over before we're through today. Your Honor, the prosecution asks that you render your verdict at this time. Before that man over there tries to throw the court into chaos with his meaningless bluffs. I see. Mr. Wright. Are there any last meaningful bluffs you'd like to present to this court? Why do you have to assume it'll be a bluff? Nick! Hurry up and throw a good one out there! I will! Well, alright then. Let's see. I've got it! How do you know it was Miss Wyatt who used her keycard? After all, if it turns out that somebody else used her card, it would mean Miss Wyatt didn't do it. Interesting. And are you able to prove this bluff to be true? I assure you I'm not bluffing, Your Honor. Well, now what? Wait a minute, Nick. I can think of a certain somebody who might have used Ellen's keycard. Wait, you can? Who? What are you talking about? No, I'm not. Ignore that. Really? Remember? The one who was sneaking around the hold in spite of not being a fam. Oh, fucking hell. This is happening. Oh, that's right. Your Honor, the defense would like to call a certain witness to the stand. Any testimony of this person who may have entered the hold with Miss Wyatt's card. Oh, Larry. Fuck, that was 34? Jesus.
Take that!
That's your witness? Are you saying that numbskull was on the airship? He never breathed a word about it to me. That's not surprising, because Mr. Nickety told him to keep quiet about it. But Mr. Butts himself admitted it to me. He claimed to have found a way to sneak into the Flying Chapel's hold to see Miss Wyatt. This photo he took and gave to me as proof. Ah, fuck you, Edgy. Then was it he who moved the lantern with the body inside to the reception hall? You know as well as I that with him, anything is possible. And this is one possibility we should definitely look into. I can't believe this. What in the world is he doing mixed up in this? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Remember what we've been saying since elementary school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Exactly. It's great. God, that Larry, he'll pay for this. Well, if you want to extract your payment now, he's right up there in the gallery. Yikes. Bailiff sees the witness before he makes a run for it. No! Why does this stuff always happen to me? Sorry, Larry, but you brought this on yourself. Let us break for a 15-minute recess. I'll just let both sides prepare for the next witness's testimony during this time. Fantastic. You know, I'll have a 15-minute recess. It's brilliant. It's playing out kind of the way it should do, and I enjoyed that. Wow, it's been a while since I've had this much fun and excitement. Oh, all that time in the mountains didn't quite do it for you. A face-off against Mr. Edgeworth, a harrowing tightrope walk for the defense. Whew, I'm exhausted already. Boss! Oh shit, it's Athena. I'm here for moral support. Athena, are you done practicing for Trucy's magic show? Well, to be perfectly honest, I sort of ran away. That's because she was putting my life in danger, I tell you. I see. I think I need to have a one-on-one with her. You're really athletic and fit, Athena, so Trucy probably thinks she could, she can run you ragged. I can't fucking talk, mate. What the hell? Like, I know I ain't done this in a while, but Jesus Christ. I'm just stumbling and tripping over my own words. It's terrible. It's terrible. You all deserve better. That may be true. Which is why not even Trucy can keep up with me when I run at full speed. Ha! Looks like you spoke too soon, Athena. Never underestimate the resourcefulness of a great magician. Huh? Magical girl, Pheonix Wright, is on the scene. No! Now, Athena, it's time to practice human combustion magic. Go on, douse yourself in this gasoline. But don't worry, it's a magic trick after all, so it's perfectly safe. Run away! Hey, you're not getting off that easily. Haha! They get along so well, don't they? It reminds me of the good old days. Were you even around for Trucy? I don't think you were. You, me, and Pearly. Oh, and Detective Gumshoe. Can't forget him. Yeah, he's been left by the wayside. We had all kinds of fun at the crime scenes back then, remember? Leaving me to do all the serious investigating, as I recall. Court will be wanking at some point. Good. I'm certainly ready for round 2 after having my arse fisted in round 1. Right, thank you. So, Larry's the next witness, right? I can't wait to see what happens. Sadly, I can already imagine it. Ah, the train wreck of the highest order. Here we fucking go. Ah, rabble, rabble, rabble. Court will now reconvene. Nick! Edgy! The two of you are gonna hang me out to dry, aren't ya? No, not the both of us. Just Mr. Wright. Yeah, Nick! How could ya? I don't really think he did it, of course, but I've got to use whatever leads I can. Mr. Butts, there's a possibility you moved the lantern that had the dead body in it. So if you want to clear yourself of any suspicion, all you have to do is testify. Now then, your testimony please, witness. What do you got, Larry? Here we fucking go. Nick is a jerk face! Nick, you big fat stinky jerk! How could you doubt your best bud? We've known each other since elementary school. Well, get this, pal. Our friendship's over. Fucking hell, man. Well, go ahead, Mr. Wright. He's all yours. Oh, judgy. Why me? You're the one who called him to the stand, so it's your responsibility. Thanks, old chum. Can't any of you show me a little respect, even just a shred? You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Wright. I would, if there were any testimony to cross-examine. Okay. Nah, yeah. How can you doubt your best bud? We've known each other since elementary school. Well, get this, pal. Our friendship's over. I'm going to press all of it, aren't I? Larry, listen to me. Just shut up! I'm not talking to you anymore! This is getting us nowhere. Well, I guess about all I can do is try to get some kind of statement out of him somehow. Good luck!
Hold it!
Come on, Larry, can't you please give me something real to work with? Don't think I don't know about your tricks. If I say something careless, you're gonna shove some evidence at me with a loud objection and a super smug look on your face. Yeah, well, that is my job. And if I get found guilty, how are you gonna take responsibility for what you've done? Why should I take responsibility for just doing my job? You heartless jerk, don't you have any compassion for me? No.
Hold it!
I'm sorry, Mr. Butts, but if it wasn't Miss Wire that entered the hole with that card, then you're the most likely suspect. Nick, are you seriously doubting the innocence of your old childhood friend? Well, technically, yes. But it isn't personal, I assure you. Oh, a true friend would believe in me no matter what. Can't you see my tears? Don't they mean anything to you? Nick. Nick! You don't really think you can cry your way out of this, do you? Okay, fine. In that case. Come off it, Larry. If you don't quit fooling around and start testifying, Miss White will be found guilty. But for real? If no new information comes out of this cross-examination, then yes, Mr. Butts, for real. Not that I would have a problem with that myself. Larry, just tell us the truth already. Did you, or didn't you, go into the hold and move a lantern up to the reception hall? I never moved any ball lantern, I tell ya! Ball lantern? Well, what? Did I say something weird? You told me that you didn't attend the wedding reception. Yeah, so what? Then that's odd. No one in this courtroom ever mentioned the sex of the lantern that was moved. So how could you know that it was a bull lantern? Yeah, you didn't have to actually go to the reception and know that. Anyone could tell there were two pegger balls by looking at the Flying Chapel's pamphlet. All I can tell right now is that there's a strong scent of bull in the air in here. Bull crockery. Please add that last statement to your testimony, Mr. Butts. Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna fucking take the obvious route and I'm gonna fucking...
Objection!
Yeah, that was easy. Thank you for giving me that slam dunk. God, I need it. I want you to take a look at this, Mr. Butts. Because unfortunately for you, the pamphlet clearly shows a peg of cow and a peg of bull in their example diagram of the reception hall. Huh? But on that day, instead of putting a pegger cow and a pegger bull out for the bride and groom, there were 2 male pegger bulls on display. Yet somehow you knew there were 2 pegger bulls in the reception hall that day. There's only one way you'd know something like that, Larry. It was you who moved the pegger balls to the reception hall, wasn't it? Ah! No! Larry, yeah, you did it! Mr. Butts, did you move the lantern containing the victim's body to the reception hall? Oh, God. Sorry. That's what it looks like! What? Oh, Larry, you tit. Well, wait, Nick! You don't think I'm the murderer, do you? Maybe you and Mr. Gloomsbury were fighting over Miss Wyatt and ended up killing him? Maya, not you too! Look, I did sneak into the reception, but that's as far as it went. You know me, I wouldn't hurt a fly. You snuck into the reception. Yeah, sure, but some of the sprocket men caught and locked me up in one of the cabins. It was pretty awful, actually. But that's when I made that drawing of the pterodactyl I showed you, Nick. Ixnay on the aerodactyl tay, Larry. Mr. Wright, not even you would take this farce that far, would you? We are talking about Larry. What do I do? Do I accuse Larry of being the true culprit? Oh, fuck! But it's not him! I have to accuse him, though. I guess I have no choice but to accuse him. Wait a minute. But Larry didn't have any reason to kill Gloomsbury. Oh, alright then. Fuck yourself. No, you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Butson didn't have a reason to kill Mr. Gloomsbury. He might have had an imaginary reason to kill Sarah and Sprocket, sure, but not Mr. Gloomsbury. After all, he did steal Mr. Sprocket's bride and try to elope with her. Just because I tried to steal somebody's bride doesn't make me a murderer! I believe you, Larry. I don't think you killed anybody either. You would never do anything like that. Nick! Oh, buddy, oh, pal! I knew you'd come through for me! Funny that, considering your sworn testimony just now that we were through. Mr. Butts, it's time you told this court the whole truth. Understood? Moving the lantern. It's just like Nick said. I'm the one who moved the lantern. I was poking around the reception hall before the main event and saw a lantern was broken. There was a note on it that said, exchange with the one in the hold, Ellen. So I decided to do Ellie a favour. Oh, fucking hell, man. So you switched the lanterns before the reception, did you? Then that means the victim really was killed before the reception. What the hang on, that doesn't make any fucking what? We're getting close to this time travel lark and it's gonna be a fucking rip-roaring good time. It would appear that Mr. Butts completely fell for the defendant's scheme. Scheme? What scheme? This note from the defendant, exchanged with the one in the hold, Ellen. Mr. Butts moved the lantern with the body in it up to the reception hall because of this note. and thus he has become a suspect in Mr. Gloomsbury's murder. Gulp. That second lantern did feel pretty heavy. But I never would have thought there was a dead body in it. Unger. What was a note like that doing on a lantern in the first place? You got it all wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. I left that note for myself. It was simply a reminder because I could be very forgetful.
Objection!
Come on, mate. What a sorry excuse, Miss Wyatt. The prosecution contends that this note shows one facet of the defendant's murderous plan. And you, Mr. Butts, you played right into Miss Wyatt's hands. No way, Edgy! I don't believe it!
Objection!
Do you still really believe Miss Wyatt to be the culprit, Mr. Edgeworth? Of course. My stance on the matter remains unchanged. If you think I'm wrong, then prove it with your cross-examination. Gladly! Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. I'm the one who moved the lantern.
Hold it!
Why don't you tell us that's soda? Because I knew you guys are going to be suspicious of me, that's why. We're suspicious of you now because you tried to hide it. My thoughts exactly. Well, now I've told you. Happy? So how about let me go? No, not yet. We need you to stick around to sort a few things out. Grr! Fight! I was poking around the reception hall before the main event and saw a lantern was broken.
Hold it!
Tell us it was the cow, not the bowl. The lantern you swapped out was a female pegamoo. A pega cow, right? Yeah, I guess. Why did you replace a female lantern with a male one? Because I was too busy trying not to get caught. I didn't have time to check for little details like that. If you didn't want to get caught, you could have just left well enough alone, you know. Whatever! Anyway, when I took a look at the broken lantern, I saw... there was a note on it that said, exchange with the one in the hold, Ellen.
Hold it!
That note wasn't addressed to you, was it? Well, I guess not, but... how can I let my dear sweet Ellie do all that hard physical labour on her own? It's precisely that thought process that constantly gets you into trouble, Larry. Besides, it was my big chance to show her how much I cared about her. Hang on. Knowing Larry, he definitely did something stupid somewhere along the way. Wow, Larry sure is one special guy. Not everyone's approach of being this distrusted by their friends. Assuming you can't be trusted from the get-go, usually makes things easier, I've learned. To be totally untrustworthy, yeah, I guess that's what sums it up.
Hold it!
There it is. Sorry, I skipped past it. Nobody saw you the whole time while you were switching the lanterns. Nope, I didn't get caught. Not that time, anyway. Not that time? Yeah, when I tried to sneak into the reception hall the first time. I didn't have as much luck. Those sprocket guys spotted me and nabbed me. All of my words are failing me right now. Pretty exciting, don't you think? Larry, you need help. And then they locked me up in one of the cabins. Nick, what are you asking about stuff like this for anyway? Shouldn't you be trying to prove Ellie's innocence? Well, is that statement of his important to the case? It's fucking insane. It's essential. Mr. Butt's trying to crash the reception and subsequently getting locked up in a cabin. I believe these might be important facts in this case, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Butts, please add that statement to your testimony. I tried to sneak into the reception hall, but I got caught and locked up in a cabin. Right. Hang on, I'm going to press the fuck out of that as well. So you got locked up. Then what happened? I broke out. Then I started looking for Ellie and wandered into the reception hall again. That's when I saw the broken lantern and replaced it. Even after they caught you and locked you up, you still went looking for Miss Wyatt. But hold on a minute. What is it, Nick? Maya, doesn't something seem weird to you? Now you're saying you replaced the lantern after he broke out of the cabin. That's right. Oh wait, huh? You're right, it doesn't make much sense, does it? Sorry, a pretty loud bike decided to go. Meh. Mr. Wright, have you found an inconsistency in the inconsistency? I should probably stop after this particular segue, shouldn't I? In the witness's statement. Yes, I believe so, Your Honor. Mr. Butts moved the lantern after he broke out of the cabin, but that contradicts with this. What the fuck are you talking about?
Take that!
Oh, hey, I was right! Yes! Haha! It was the photo of the hold. And in what sense does that piece of evidence contradict with the statement? It doesn't contradict it at all, does it? Indeed. Anger! Oh, don't mind me, Your Honor. It looks like I just made a tiny mistake, that's all. Oh. Okay. Maybe not. What? Is it? No, what the hell? Am I missing something?
Objection!
Obviously I am. Ah, let me figure this out. Oh, fuck off. I've already seen it. Fuck you, Woody. Take your smoke grin and shove it up your ass. Oh, he said he got locked up in the fucking cabin, but I don't want to.
Objection!
No, didn't think so. I tried the fucking picture of the pterodactyl. Oh yeah, no, let's fucking play different bits of evidence shit for. Oh, I'm gonna fucking lose again. Maya, help me, please. There you go. What now? Well, you can press the witness some more. Alright. Are you taking a piss? Are you taking a piss? I already fucking pressed him on that. What the hell?
Holding.
And
Holding.
Yeah, fine, whatever.
Holding. Holding.
Did I not fucking press the final thing?
Holding.
Okay, so you got locked up. Then what happened? I broke out. Mine, so where do you everything you replaced that after he broke out the cabin? Doesn't make much sense. Yes, I believe so. What the fuck are you talking about? I understand.
Take that.
Oh, you... No! Yes, thank you, Mai. You're fucking being so helpful. Oh, man. Can I have Mia back? Why can't I fucking press that anymore? Are you getting the piss? I fucking pressed the fuck out of the guy. Why wouldn't it even let me fucking make evidence or present evidence anymore? What the fuck?
Holding.
I know what, I'm legitimately confused.
Holding.
I can't present fucking evidence anymore. What the hell? Oh, hang on a minute. I can't fucking press in!
Hold it!
Unless it's fucking telling me that I have to keep fucking pressing that final thing.
Hold it!
There you go. Yeah, you got... Alright. I tried to sneak into the reception, but got caught up and locked it up in a cabin. Hold it. So you got locked up, then what happened? I broke out. Then I started wanting the reception again. That's when I broke it.
Take that!
Oh, god fucking damn it. Oh! It hurts my skull! I have a fucking headache. Yes, it's the broken lantern you're on it. This is gonna take like 16 hours to complete the rate I'm going at. Mr. Potts, what you're saying doesn't make any sense at all. What? Why not? You swapped the lanterns before the reception began, right? Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it? But you also just said that you swapped the lanterns after you got locked up in the cabin for trying to sneak into the reception. In other words, you're saying you swapped the lanterns both before the reception and after the reception took place. That certainly doesn't make any sense, does it? Mr. Butts, did you swap the lanterns before or after the reception? Which was it, before or after? There's a world of difference between the two. Well, Mr. Butts, I guess I can't expect guys like you to understand. In a nutshell, it was both before and after the reception. Oh fuck, he's wheeling it out. I tried to sneak into the first reception and got locked up. The first reception? Uh-oh, I don't like where this is going. Then, through the power of Ellie's pendant, time got rewound and we went back to the time before the reception. It was after that when I replaced the lantern. So it was both before the reception and after the reception. Get it? We went back in time to before the reception, so of course the reception would take place one more time after that, right? That's why what I said makes perfect sense. Mr. Wright, what in the world is the witness talking about? Has he developed some sort of intellectual ailment I'm not aware of since I last saw him? Well... None of the sprockets seem to remember the time skip, but I do. And Ellie remembers it too. I think the power of our love for each other made that miracle happen. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but... could you please translate this man's gibberish so the rest of us can understand? So now I have to be the one to explain about the whole time travel thing? Go on, Nick, I know you can do it. Looks like you don't have much choice, Nick. To heck with it! I can't lose any more of my dignity today anyway. The defendant, Miss Ellen Wyatt, has told the defense the following strange story. She said that after the reception ended, she was attacked by Mr. Gloomsbury. She claims that as she was being assaulted, she made a wish upon her pendant. Please take me back to that blissful moment. In doing so... time apparently rewound itself to just before the reception began. It what? I know it's hard to believe, but think about it this way. Through the power of the pendant, both Ellen Wyatt and Larry Butts experienced time travel. Oh my god, no, go home, man, you're drunk. I know I am, but so are you. What? Rabble.
Objection!
Yeah, it's fair. What absolute rubbish! Mr. Wright, I've had my fair share of your nonsense over the years. But this takes the cake. Have you thoroughly lost your mind?
Objection!
But this is simply the conclusion I came to, using that logic ability you love so much. What? The truth of the matter is, the future president of Sprocket Aviation, Soren Sprocket, has been researching time machines. So, what if a time machine has already been successfully created? And what if that's one of Sprocket Aviation's top secret inventions? A time machine? Yeah, I even saw something while we were time traveling. I saw a pterodactyl flying through the sky. Oh, just stop, mate. Maybe the airship was set to travel through time for their honeymoon trip. What? A pterodactyl?
Objection!
You can't possibly have any evidence to back up your ridiculous time travel story. Well, as I thought. In any case, I now have the evidence to prove that you're no more intelligent than Larry. Not so fast now, Edgy. I'm not the same old Larry you used to know. Oh? You want evidence? I've got your evidence right here. This is a photo I secretly took of the first reception. Oh, Larry's coming in hot. Go on, Larry! We're all with you, buddy. Larry, I can't believe you. Well, anyway, good job. If we can compare the photos of the first and second receptions and can find a difference, then we ought to prove that the reception was held twice. But do you really think such a difference exists? Yes, Your Honor. I just need some time to find it for you. This is preposterous! Oh, the fucking smile across my face. You don't even know. The music, everything. It's beautiful. Very well, please show the court what's different then. Oh fuck, it's my only life. Oh, you're taking the piss, man. Where? What? Am I missing something? Hang on a minute. This might be harder than I thought. I thought he was going to show me the one with the fucking big cow and the little cow horns. Shut off the fucking epic music. Oh, mate. Right. Let's brain this. Right, there's nothing there. Wait on a minute. Where's Larry's photo? Oh, I got it. There it is. Alright, cool. Oh, shit! There it is! It's the flowers! Please, God, tell me it's the fucking flowers. How close do I have to get?
Take that!
Please do direct. Yes, I'm a genius! Please direct your attention to Miss White's bouquet of flowers. In the photo one of her in-laws took, the defendant is holding a yellow bouquet. But in the photo Mr. Butts took, she's holding a red bouquet. Yeah, you're right! That's impossible! What does this mean? It means that the defendant really did experience 2 wedding receptions. And she did that when she travelled back. Oh my god. Travel back through time. Oh, what? The fine shit. It's all gone off the rails. I don't know. Nick! You did it! You proved Ella's time travel story to be... No, not quite. Possibility, love. Possibility. Yeah, I can hardly believe it myself. It's just as Ellen said, the reception was held twice. This one's every assumption we based the trial on upside down.
Objection!
Oh, hang on. Oh, fuck! Shit! Piss! Fuck! Edgy. I refuse to accept such a ludicrous argument. It is pure fiction under the guise of pseudoscience at best. There is simply no such thing as time travel. I know it's hard, but can't you suspend your disbelief for 1 nanosecond, Edgeworth? I bet sci-fi movies push all your buttons in the wrong way, don't they, Edgeworth? I can totally picture you yelling, "That'll never happen!" every 5 seconds at the screen. Maybe you should stay away from movie dates altogether. That's neither here nor there. This is real life we're talking about. But the proof is clearly shown in the 2 photographs. That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how inexplicable... fuck. Fine. I'll entertain your absurd delusion. If only to demolish it before your very eyes. What? Let's start with this then, shall we? There is one thing your time travel theory fails to explain. What, Larry? Yeah, I know. And that is the memories of the other guests there. The defendant and Larry remembers the reception occurring twice, but no member of the Sprocket family has ever mentioned such a thing. That's because the time machine is classified... Yeah, fuck off. I'm not done yet, you bird brain. But bird brain? As I was saying, if the entire family had been sworn to secrecy, then why hadn't they sworn the woman who was marrying into the family to secrecy too? That's a good point. Honestly, all it takes is a little common sense, Mr. Wright. Even still, how do we know that the trip through time did not really occur? There is proof in the photos that it did, and besides, if time travel doesn't exist, well... I'll be a little disappointed, frankly. I was hoping to go back to the days of my youth. You mustn't allow yourself to be taken in by Mr. Wright's whimsical tales, Your Honor. I've read about it in various literature, you see. And they all say that time travel is just not logically feasible. Grr. Maybe our argument was just a little too nonsensical, Nick. Well, in that case... why don't we put common sense to the test? Excuse me? The wedding reception was held twice. The photos are proof of that. But it wasn't because of time travel. It's simply because the reception had actually been held twice. Isn't that the most reasonable way to interpret the situation? Would you care to elaborate, Mr. Wright? If time travel doesn't exist, then there's only one way to make sense of what happened. Oh, fucking Christ, give me a break, man! Somebody must have orchestrated this strange phenomenon, and that somebody is... everyone at the reception, Gloomsbury, or the gods. I'm gonna fucking roll with Gloomsbury. What? 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 I lost again. But you can't be fucking serious, everyone! No, I'm sorry. Like, alright, yeah, Gloomsbury's dead, but you're telling me that every single person at the wedding reception didn't want Ellen Wyatt to win. And that's more far-fetched, especially in the context of Pheonix Wright's bullfuckery. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quietly find a save point. Because it's quite clear that this is beyond an alcohol-destroyed mind. And I don't particularly want to carry on, quite frankly. It hurts my soul. How the fuck do I save? There you go. Thank you. Jesus Christ. So, there you go. The turnabout time traveler has managed to destroy me within the first case, and I don't know how extensive the DLC is going to be. Again, I haven't bothered to check it, but it's fucked me good and hard, and I've really enjoyed it, but it's also pissed me off immeasurably. It's another one of those Pheonix Wright isms, if you want, which is like, you declare something as absurd, and yet I could probably find an example about 2 cases back where you did exactly the same fucking thing. So, yes. I will come back when I am more able, and we will finish this, because I really fucking enjoyed that, and now I have motivation to do it! Yay! So don't worry, it will happen. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.